Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for joining me today. Today is January 31st, 2025. Just going to go through some numbers with us, and we are looking at the state of Ohio. State of Ohio for midday and evening. Midday and evening draw. So there's two drawings for Ohio. So I'm just going to do a few numbers here using this chart that I have. And this chart is a 317 rundown chart. So there's 317 rundown that's put together three different times. So there's one here, there's one here, and then there's one here. So this will be, so we'll examine these numbers here that came up already. This is starting from the 26th to the 30th as of yesterday. And these numbers here is in Arizona. I live in the state of Arizona, but I like to examine many different places to examine some numbers so that way we know what's going on out there. Okay, so the way it works is I enter my numbers in these boxes on the top row right here. And when I enter these numbers, it automatically populates my numbers here, which will be the 317 rundown numbers. So let's go and start with the 653. So I'll put the 653 here, and both sides will be the mirroring numbers. So the mirror number for 6 is a 1, a 5 is a 0, and 3 is an 8. So we'll go across here as well, 108. And then from here, I'll just run this button here. It populates my numbers, right? So the way I play this is I play this off the date. So the number that came up is the midday number 653. So what I'll look for the night or evening numbers is going to be the same date on the 26th. So we'll look for the 701. So the 26 is, so these are the way I look at it as these are the dates here. Under the 7 column is the date. So I'll highlight that as blue. And we'll go ahead and see if 701 appeared in that area. And it'll be attached to this somehow. The 6, there's a number that's attached to it. So right here, 701. See, it's attached to the 6. It went into the other chart here, but that's why I see that we want to see the bigger picture versus like if you were just playing this box here, there's no way of finding out how the 701 would have came up here. There's really no areas. I mean, you would have played the 701. The 701 would have been played here. See, there's really no way. There's a 7, there's a 0, but these aren't connected. You would have played the 108, but that's why I may play this chart this way. So that way you see the big picture here. You know what I mean? So that's how the numbers came up on this one. So let's go ahead and look at the next number, which is the 701 itself. And then that'll be 256. Go here, 256. And we'll go ahead and clean this up here really quick. And the date on that would be the next day, which is the 27th. So we'll go ahead and find the 7 here. And we'll go and highlight that blue. And the 2 is over here as well. So that's 27. So now that date of the number that came up is 395. Do you see any numbers around 395 here? I do not see anything here. There's a 3, there's a 5 and 9, 3, 5, 3, 5. It came up straight here. But what's interesting is look at this. So if you would have chose this number to 27 based off of this, if the number already came up here, 27 is here, 27 is here. So it just played straight off of the underneath the 277 or the 722. So this whole row is 27 versus this number here. Well, if you had chose here and 395 is here, right? So this whole chart here is this box here, right? So that's how these are played. So this section here, the 256 all the way to the 346. And so it's right here, 256 to 4. Am I playing this right? Oh, my bad. I was absolutely incorrect. So let's go back out. I didn't hit the run button. That's the reason why it was confusing. I was like, how does the 7 then move from this exact box? I apologize for that. So let's try it again. So the 7 is here. The number that came up, the 7001, is 295395. Let's just try this. 3395. See it? It's next to the 7 again. That's how that's 395 played attached to the 7. All right. So that's the way this one played out. And let's go back to, let's try 395. 395. That's an 840. 840. So let's run that. So now the data we're looking at is the 7 again, which is the same date. So we'll highlight this number here. And this chart here again is the same thing as here. So we'll go and highlight the 7 down here because you might miss a number up here. So we'll paint the big picture here. So the next day's number, or that evening number off of 395 was 286. So let's see if there's a 286 nearby. So there's a 2, there's an 8, but there's this way at the bottom. There's a 7 here. Now this one doesn't play out well. There's no 286 nearby. There's a 284, there's a 6 here. So this one didn't work at all. You don't see it, huh? I don't see it either. 286, nothing. All right, so that didn't work at all. So let's move to the next one. 286, that's a 731. 731. We'll go and highlight this back to white. Now, let's run that again. 286. The next day's number is the 8. So the 8 is here again. So let's go ahead and use the 8 here. So there's a 2 on the next side of it. Maybe it might go down this way, or it might be attached to this 2 here. So let's take a look at it. 286, the next day's number is 293. See, 293. It was attached to that 2. See, 293, still attached to the 8 here. Yeah, so that's the way it played on this one because it's attached to that 8. And the 2, 8 is attached to here. So that's the way this one played out for us. So let's go make this back to orange. And this one is a white. All right, so that's 286. Now let's try 293. That is 748. 748. Let's go and run that. And that's the same date again, the 28th. So the main number of the mirror number is the main number here. So we'll go ahead and base it off of that. We'll make that blue. And the number we're looking for is 115. 115 is here. 115. See it? It's attached to the 8 again. 8 up here. 511. 511. So sometimes you gotta see this. So you're moving the date to the next day. So the 28th is here, the 9 is down here. This is a 7. So if you look at the 7, let's say you look for 286, it's probably attached to the 286 up here somehow. So there's a 28. There's still nothing. 68. Yeah, there's still nothing. Oh, it's right here, 286. Still attached back to the 7. If you look at the 395 and around the 7 is probably attached to that again too. 395. This is a 7 here. 35. No, that didn't work out. Anyways, but that's the way this one worked. So that's how this number played out. And let's go to 115. 115, that's 660. And 660. Okay, so 115, data for the 29th. So the 29th is here. So we'll go and highlight that blue. 29th is the number that came up the next day is 355. So there's a 5, there's a 3, there's a 5. 3, 5, 3, 5, and this is a 0, so this would have been a 5 here. So it played out this way. See, it's still connected back to the 29. 5, 5, 3. Yeah, so that's how that one played out. So let's go ahead and go to the next one. And let's take a look at the 355. That's an 800. 80. Let's run that. Now we're looking for the 29th again. Still in the same area. So we'll go ahead and highlight this again for blue. And the next number that came up is 915. Exact number. 1, 2. There it is. 915 attached to the 29 itself. Because if you were just playing this box here, you wouldn't find a 1 on that side. There's nowhere that there's a 1 and a 5 to attach to each other. So, but that's why I like this chart if you put it together so you can see the bigger picture of both sides. So that's the way these ones work. So let's go ahead and go to the 915. So that's a 460, 460. You know what I like about these charts is you can examine and analyze certain things very fast. You don't have to keep writing it over and over and over and over. You just put it onto an Excel sheet and make it work. So the next day's number is the 30th, which is yesterday. So the 30th is a 0, which is the main number of the mirror number of the number that played before by the 29. So let's put it as 0. Here's a 3. Here's a 3 and this other 3. So the number that played on the 30th was 666. 666. So these were split up, but it's all attached to the 0. What's crazy is this first time I seen a 666 number played in pick 3. I mean, Arizona, the last time I played was in 2008. I think that's the last time I played. I remember when I did my research, that was last time 666 played out. But that's interesting. So that's how the 30th played out. And let's go ahead and take a look at the 666 number. 111. Now, let's run that. And it's still playing the 30th again. So here's a 0. Let's make that blue. The other zeros on this side. So these are the exact same numbers here. So the date of the 30th again is 726. 72176. Yeah, it's right here. We're going right across. It's still attached to that 0. You see it? 76276 attached to the 0. Right? So, but that's how this whole numbers play. So if you want to know the next number that's going to come out, my suggestion would be more of looking at the 31st. So you would play 726, 271, 271. We run that. Now you go find the 31. So 31 is here, so we'll choose this number here. So 31, so 726 was the last number that came up, which is going straight right here, right? Which is going straight right here. So the next number is going to go back to 31, and it's going to go back to 1. So 1 is right here. It's going backwards. So my number, if I were you, if I was in Ohio, I would probably play 471 because all 471's attached to this here. 471 all the way around. Here, 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 here. You know, so that might be the one that I would play 471. I would probably play 880. And then the 3s are up here as well. So 31. Yeah, I think it's 74. Either 474, 741, 541. One of those. So that's probably what was going to play. 741 or 7. 744. I will probably play that, or I will play the 880. Or even just to go make, just gonna go down to the 2. Maybe I would play the 87, maybe 877 or the 892. But it's gonna go back to 1 for some reason, so I might play 711 as well. Anyways, that's the numbers for Ohio, just to do quick research on that. But then for Arizona, yesterday I chose some numbers, which are my 8 numbers here. But what I found out is it came up as 677. I was really not close to it. And so the number that I was based it off of was this 502, which is 057, 057. And I ran that, and the number that's supposed to come out was the 30th. So the 30th was right here. So I base it off of this. And I chose 503, 503. I chose 743, 403, 750, 89, 890 is what I chose. And then I chose 950, 740, and then the 744. That's how I chose my numbers, but it came up as 677. So the number here was a 776. And I went this way. You see it? That's how the number came up as under the 30th. Because again, this number, the 0, always goes to the 1. So that's how it played out on this one. So if I was going to play the numbers again today, and if I was going to choose some more numbers for Arizona, let's go ahead and choose some numbers, and then I'll wrap this up. So let's go and clear this. And the number again is 67. That's 122, 122. Let's run that. And so tomorrow, today's the 31st. So tomorrow's the 1st. So I'll still choose 1. So tomorrow's number I choose here is, because 677 is here, I would probably choose 781, 105, 185. I would choose 812, 810, and I would probably choose 747, 410, and 817. Those are my numbers I would choose. So that's my next numbers that would come up. Anyways, I appreciate the time you guys giving me today. You guys have yourself a wonderful afternoon. And just one thing as well, if you guys want to start trying to using the prediction stuff I have, you can go to this link here. It's www. What is this? It's www.nativedigitalproducts.com. Then you put a / pick 3 lottery prediction, and that's where it's going to take you to this page. And when you get there, you can get a free copy. All you gotta do is put your name and email in there. And this is the book that you'll receive. And it gives you pretty much the entire February winning numbers and patterns and trends. And then it's a step-by-step strategies if you want to improve your pick 3 games. Just forecasts, using the zodiac stuff, as well as some personal tips that I put in there for you as well. It's a proven system, so the one I'm using is what I chose some numbers off of. And just pretty much track your patterns, track your hot numbers, use cycles to your advantage. So that's one of the things I like to do. And it's called the Pick 3 Lottery Prediction for February 2025. All right, so that's what it is. So if you want to check it out, it's free. I don't charge anything on that. So have yourself a good day. If you can, subscribe to my channel. If you subscribe, pretty much we can always track some certain things with me, and if you have any other questions, you can put it into the comment section side below this inside the video here. That way you can go ahead and establish, maybe get this chart as well, and maybe get the chart yourself and then just mess with it. Try it, and maybe you can have a better chance of winning more than once a month, you know. If you start really understanding the chart, breaking it down, I mean, that's the best thing to do. All right, so have yourself a good day. Be safe, and we shall talk to you later. See ya.